Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wrestlelamia, back with another episode. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the 15th November edition of the Blue Brand and the wildest wrestling news stories you need to know, including big changes for the Bloodline saga. Is Becky Lynch returning soon? Lance Anoa'i signed to NXT. Konnan battling serious medical issues. Title changes hands at Smackdown taping. Dave Batista mourns the loss of his beloved dog, and more. As always, we won't recap the matches, but look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. The good. Bloodline saga just keeps getting better. Just when you think the Bloodline saga has run its course, the WWE finds a new angle to continue the program and keep it fresh. Tonight's double whammy of Bronson joining Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns' failure to reach Paul Heyman has things looking grim for the OG Bloodline. And you can be sure the WWE Universe will be tuned in as Survivor Series approaches. Some major microphone magic. LA Knight reminded fans why he's a double threat tonight, not only having a solid match with Legado del Fantasma's Berto, but eviscerating the group on the microphone when he told Santos that only Elektra Lopez can call him daddy, and that he'll have Berto screaming uncle. Ouch. LA Knight versus Shinsuke could be gold. Shinsuke Nakamura's attack on LA Knight showed promise, as Nakamura is undoubtedly Knight's biggest opponent yet for the US title. While Carmelo Hayes and Andrade were decent opponents, the WWE's haphazard booking of them diminished their standing as worthy contenders. Not so with Nakamura, and this could be the feud that elevates Knight's title reign. Women's US title tournament off to a good start. The WWE's decision to crown a women's US champion with a series of triple threat matches looks good so far, especially because the WWE is giving many underutilized talents a chance to compete. Cody delivers another solid gold promo. Cody's promo was a reminder of the many ways to forward a storyline without physicality. Here, the American Nightmare told SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis why Orton is so important to him, and that Kevin Owens' actions have to be dealt with in the ring rather than with something like a fine and/or suspension. Cody appealing to Aldis' past as a wrestler added depth to the promo, as did Cody's not-so-subtle warning Aldis needs to get Cody versus KO booked before Rhodes takes matters into his own hands. A strong, well-paced show. SmackDown did it again tonight, delivering some good matches while squeezing in a surprising number of superstars, so much that you may have forgotten who some of them were, as they've been sidelined for so long, without things seeming rushed. The Blue Brand has mastered the 2-hour format, and Wrestlelamia can't wait to see what they do with an extra hour. The bad. Nia Jax is dragging down Tiffany Stratton. Wrestlelamia isn't going to address the eternal question of why Nia Jax is women's champion besides her cousin sitting on TKO's board of directors. However, we will ask why the WWE continues to pair Tiffany Stratton with Jax when it's dragging Ms. Money in the Bank star down week by week. Candice LeRae back to jobbing? Is Candice LeRae back to jobbing? You have to wonder why the WWE has given the Poison Pixie some wins and TV time if she's back to counting the lights. The downright ugly. Nothing ugly, a solid show that gave many undercard talents some TV time while also hyping Survivor Series. Major power shift involving the Bloodline. Topping today's news is the intense debate over what last night's closing segment on SmackDown means for the current Bloodline saga and possibly the entire WWE. Roman Reigns attempted to call Paul Heyman only to discover Heyman's number was no longer in service. Now fans are trying to piece this mystery together, especially with the original Tribal Chiefs team scrambling to find a fifth teammate for War Games, which is now only 2 weeks away. One theory is that Paul Heyman has washed his hands of the entire Bloodline and moved on. One of the potential ideas is that Heyman will begin managing Braun Breaker, something which fans have suggested could take Breaker to the main event. A second theory is that Solo destroyed Paul Heyman's phone, but not The Rock's phone, which means Roman will have to call The Rock for help, leading to a possible betrayal by The Rock. This theory seems a bit weak, as there's no reason Heyman couldn't reach out to Roman. The bottom line is that this storyline has fans more excited than ever about the Bloodline saga. WWE reacts to Bronson Bloodline segment. It looks like Bronson Reed has joined Solo Sikoa and company for 30th November's War Games match. However, what do WWE officials think about how the segment played out? WrestleVotes tweeted about the backstage reaction, noting, "I'm told the Bronson Reed Bloodline segment on SmackDown got a strong backstage reaction. A source in Milwaukee said, it fits like a glove. Do you think Reed is a good addition to the match? Becky Lynch return imminent? Big news concerning Becky Lynch, as PW Insider is reporting that the man may return to the WWE for Raw's debut on Netflix. Lynch, who has been absent from WWE since her contract expired last June, is scheduled to appear this Sunday at Vulture Festival, a pop culture convention. PW Insider is reporting, both sources within WWE and Netflix have stated that Lynch is expected to be back in the mix with the company by the time Raw premieres on Netflix. That would mean that Lynch and WWE are close or have confirmed a new agreement between the two sides. The Vulture Instagram post hyping Big Time Beck's appearance mentioned she may give her audience an idea of what's next for her. Could it be a return to WWE? WWE Superstar Back from injury. Good news for Braun Strowman fans, as the monster among men is back in action. Strowman, who appeared during a dark match on Smackdown, has been out for nearly 2 months after injuring his groin during the last Monster Standing match between himself and Bronson Reed. According to Inside the Ropes' Innes McVeigh, Strowman showed up during an LWO vs. Judgment Day bout for the World Tag Team Championship. In his notes, Strowman got the W for the babyfaces. No word on when WWE plans to bring Braun back to TV. New champion crowned at Smackdown taping. There's a new men's speed champion, as fans attending Smackdown sent in reports that Dragon Lee defeated Andrade during a taping for the weekly program Speed, which streams on X. Congratulations to Dragon Lee on his win. Rikishi's puzzling post. Rikishi is catching fans' attention again, this time with a puzzling post on Instagram. The WWE Hall of Famer, who has frequently called out the WWE's booking of Jey Uso and suggested Solo Sikoa become undisputed world champion, posted, "No matter your age, it's never okay to speak disrespectfully to your parents." No one seems to know what the post is about, including whether it's kayfabe or directed at someone from his family. Fans have shared their theories, including that Jey Uso asked his pops to stop calling out the WWE on his podcast, or that this is a warning considering the ongoing Bloodline civil war. What do you think about Rikishi's puzzling post? Lance Anoa'i signed to NXT. The NXT roster just got a little bigger as the WWE has announced more signings to its developmental brand. WWE.com tweeted a picture of its latest class of talents, and a report from Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online mentions 3 of the recruits signed, including Lance Anoa'i, boxer Evander Holyfield's son Elijah Holyfield, and Trill Williams. Lance is just the latest member of the famed Anoa'i family to enter the WWE. As for Holyfield and Williams, the Observer's Joseph Courier described their pre-WWE background. Holyfield played running back at the University of Georgia, while Williams was a defensive back for Syracuse University. After college, each had a brief NFL career. The new class features over a dozen male and female talents, and it'll be interesting to see who makes it to the main roster. WWE turning ECW shows into an annual tradition. NXT's ECW-themed show was a critical and ratings success, and now it looks like it could become an annual tradition. Dave Meltzer discussed the special's origins in this week's Wrestling Observer, as well as the special's future. It was just an idea to do at some point. Then they realized that they would be going head-to-head with AEW on 11/8. The decision was made to play that card on that night. There's now talk about making it an annual thing, which makes sense, as when it comes to TV, different locations that are unique are a good thing. Did you enjoy NXT's ECW tribute show? Should the WWE make it an annual tradition? Konnan dealing with severe medical issues. Good and bad news to report about Lucha Libre legend Konnan. Konnan, who has had several health issues, has been at the hospital for nearly a month. Dave Meltzer is reporting, Konnan's been hospitalized at this point for the last 26 days after getting diverticulitis and then having other health issues stemming from it. He's hopeful to be home this weekend for the first time. I suspect he'll go through it in detail when he's able to on his podcast, but the situation was very grave at one point, but he was able to make a turnaround that actually surprised doctors who feared the worst. The good news is it sounds like Konnan may be turning a corner for the best. Wrestlelamia sends its thoughts and prayers to Konnan for a fast and full recovery. Batista mourns loss, a beloved dog. Sad news to report is former WWE superstar Dave Batista recently announced the passing of his beloved dog Ollie. Batista tweeted a picture of Ollie along with this endearing message. "In loving memory of my sweet boy Ollie. He fought with all he had, and I hope I made him as happy as he made me. He loved people, animals, his sisters, especially Maggie, sunbathing, stealing toys, and bedtime. Thank you to everyone who showed him love. Good night, Ollie. We love you." Wrestlelamia extends its condolences to Dave Batista on the loss of his animal companion. Is Solo Sikoa censor-proof? Last but not least, there's a new Solo Sikoa meme following a segment last night on Smackdown where the self-anointed tribal chief dropped an F-bomb. Now fans are wondering if Solo is in that elite class of individuals who can drop F-bombs on TV, or whether this reflects a new approach to the WWE's do's and don'ts on the USA Network. Well guys, there you have it, Wrestlemania's look at the 15th November edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know in wrestling. Be sure to leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Twitter, and I'll see you next time for some more wrestling content.